back to my channel. Today I'm doing a good old-fashioned haul. I bought a few bits from Cult Beauty, Selfridges, Beauty Bay, and a couple of other places as well, Debenhams, and I put them all together. Yeah. It's a collective haul from around July to September, so there's quite a few things, so bear with me. Grab a snack or something because you're going to be in it for a while. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into the haul. So the first things I got this time, I bought a fair few palettes because a lot of palettes have come out and a lot of palettes have kind of been released in the UK. So I think you probably know where I'm going with this if you follow makeup on social media. So the first thing I got are the Juvias Place eyeshadow palettes. I got the Masquerade Mini and the Magic palette, and I got both of these from Beauty Bay. One thing I didn't understand about this is that both of these are the same price, and I'm gonna open them so you can see why that's a weird thing. They're the same amount of shadows, but this one is humongous and this one's little. Now I don't mind that this one's smaller. In fact, for the kind of insane colours that are in here, it's good that it's as small as it is, but it's the same exact price as this, and I got this when it was £28, and from what I can tell, Beauty Bay has raised the price to £30 each. I have to say, they are awesome. They really are worth the hype. I didn't think they would be because I have fallen into the social media trap, and I have bought eyeshadows that I probably shouldn't have, like Morphe. But this is really good. The pigmentation is incredible. I'll just do a swatch of one of them. I'm not even sure which one I should go for really. Faso, don't know what that is, but as you can probably tell, like, it is intense. It's a really intense, like, purple with a blue shift. So it's crazy beautiful. I think actually now looking at it, it looks like the new Huda Beauty Desert Dusk, one of the shades in that palette, so I guess I won't be buying that. Another super duper hyped eyeshadow palette that I don't know why I didn't resist is the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. I got this from Debenhams, I think. I just find this one just to be, I don't know, I just really like it. I don't know what it is about it. It's got great shades. It's really easy to use because the colours go from light to dark. So there's no confusion. It hasn't got a mix of weird shades in it like all the other Urban Decay Naked palettes, even though I have all of them as well. But this one is just very user-friendly and just really good. So if I could recommend one palette out of the bunch, I would highly recommend that one. Right, the next one. I'm laughing because this one is like so controversial, even though it's just makeup. I bought the Subculture palette. Now, I actually don't hate the palette. I've used it a few times. Like, I've used it, I don't know, about 6-7 times, and I've used pretty much all the shades in it. Yeah, I have. I've used all the shades in it, and I've not actually had a really big issue with it. I mean, I don't really get fallout on my face, but there is quite a lot of fallout on the brush, so I have to tap it off. But all I did was, I really liked the color selection, so I bought it anyway. Knowing full well how it could possibly be, because it's not the new batch that's been pressed properly or whatever. But I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to take into consideration what other people have been saying and just use a very light hand, tap off the excess and just use it like that. And honestly, it works absolutely fine for me. It's a little bit of a faff because I don't reach for it as much as my Urban Decay one, because I know the Urban Decay one's just going to blend out easily. I know it's just going to work great for me first time, and the Subculture one is a little bit more work. But in saying that, the color selection is so unusual that I don't know, I still do find myself using it, so I don't dislike it at all. In fact, I quite like it. But yeah, it's completely up to you. Just for anyone who's interested, I did get the Bad Batch, and mine doesn't look wrecked, so that's just, you know, that's just my opinion. Like the color scheme, you are interested but you're not sure, I would say go out, test it in store if you're lucky enough to have a store that sells Anastasia Beverly Hills. Touch it, play with it, then, well, that sounds really gross. Swatch it, see how you feel about it and then make your decision whether you want to buy it or not. And the last palette on this palette trend, I think I've been a bit obsessed with palettes by the looks of things, is the Huda Beauty Summer Highlighter Palette. I'm not entirely sure why I bought this, because this shade is, this shade is super yellow and it doesn't look wonderful on me, but the other shades are really nice. And even though this purple looks crazy intense, and it is if you know, really go in and go crazy, but it actually really complements the other three powder shades in this palette, and it just kind of gives you a bit of a flush, which is a really strange thing to say about purple, but it's a really warm purple. And obviously you can just use it on your eyes as well if you want to. This is like another palette that you probably don't need in your collection because it's so unusual and so strange, but I actually really enjoy using her original one, the 3D Pink Sands edition. So when the lady put it on my face, because I didn't actually buy this online, I went into Selfridges and tried it on my face. Well, this lady put it on my face and she kind of sold it to me because it looked really good. I really liked it. But what I will say is this one has a bit of a thicker sort of texture to it, so it's a little bit more, I don't know, it doesn't blend as smoothly onto your face. So I think I'm gonna have to play around with it a little bit more before I give it my final opinion, but so far it's alright, it's not bad. Now just to round off the eyes, I also bought the Stila Magnificent Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadow in the shade, what is this shade? Gold Goddess. And I bought this because I've got I think I've got 6 shades of this now. And I just really like it because it's so easy to use and it's glittery and it just looked absolutely fantastic. Loved it. I mean, I'll put a few images of, you know, a few looks I did with it so that you guys can get an idea of what it looked like. But I love the glitter. It's just so beautiful and it's just so easy to use. So I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna get the gold one. Why am I beating around the bush? Why am I taking so long to buy something when I know I'm gonna use it? So I just picked that up. And then kind of in the same kind of ballpark, I picked up the Urban Decay Razor Sharp Liquid Liner in the shade, what is this shade? Gold Rush. And it's just a gold eyeliner. To give you a little swatch here. It's got glitter in it, like lots of micro glitter, so it's not like a metallic finish. It's got a little bit of glitter. Well, it is a bit metallic, obviously. But yeah, it's just a really nice eyeliner. It's got a really nice little brush, and yeah, I really have been enjoying using this. I've been using this for some of my eye looks as well, and yeah, it's just really okay. I'm gonna move straight on to complexion products. I bought one foundation this month, and it is the Lancome Tenti Doll Ultra Wear Foundation. So I bought this because I think it was Jackie Aina who wore this and she loved it, and I know we're like completely polar opposite in shade, but I love her and I don't care because it's looked so good on her. And she's got like very similar skin type to me. It's a little bit oily, a little bit dry, so I thought, you know what, if this works for her, it might work for me. So I picked up the shade, what shade did I get? Beige Vanille, and it's number 024. Look how nice the bottle is. It's frosted glass, it's so fancy. I love it. So I just kind of guesstimated my shade. I did use their little shade match system, but it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it did kind of give me a ballpark, and then I just went with what I thought might match me. And it's really weird because it matches me absolutely perfectly. It's the foundation I'm wearing today. I love this. I think I need to wear this a little bit more before I give like a fully comprehensive review, but so far it's pretty amazing because it gives really good coverage. I wouldn't say it's full coverage on first application. You can definitely get it to full coverage, but it's really good coverage. And when you first put it on and you put your powder and stuff on top, it looks alright. Like, it doesn't look special, it just looks like any old foundation. But as the day wears on, how most foundations start to fade and gather in my smile lines and just look a bit crusty and gross, this one kind of just looks the same, and it fades in, I don't know, how can I explain it? It fades like that as well. It just fades away. Like, it doesn't leave like patches on my chin where I tend to get quite oily. It doesn't like come away from my chin, it doesn't come away from my cheek. It just fades, and it fades beautifully, and it takes a long time for it to fade. I mean, it says it's 24 hours. I'm not gonna ever try it for 24 hours because frankly that's just gross. But I tried it yesterday for about, what time did I put it on? 8. And I took it off at 9. So yeah, I tried it on for over 10 hours. Tried it on for about 11 hours. And it still looked pretty decent. Like, I could still take nice photos with it. I'd have to retouch them, but I could take nice photos with it. And it did look really, really good. So I think it's one of those foundations that kind of start off like quite book standard, but then it just gets better with time. It's like a fine wine. So this is a favorite already, and I've only had it for like 2 weeks. I love it. The next complexion product I got was, let me see. So I got the MAC Next to Nothing pressed powder, and I got it in the shade Dark Plus, which sounds a little bit strange, but I have to say, I watch a YouTuber called, oh my god, Makeup by Cheryl, I think her name is. She's Canadian, and she loves the Next to Nothing range, and I'm not a massive fan of the foundation because when it did go, somebody put it on my face in the store, it kind of peeled up and looked really strange. So I wasn't a massive fan of that. I don't think I'll probably purchase the foundation. But the powder did intrigue me, but it's only when I saw her video and saw her use the darker shade. I'm not sure which shade she got exactly, because I got Dark Plus, which looks like this. It's only when she showed how she used it to contour and bronze, and it kind of looks traceless. I mean, it doesn't look like, I don't know. It doesn't look natural, obviously. I mean, I obviously layered it up, but if I just did one layer of this, it looks like a natural contour, like my face is naturally cut that way, because this powder just blends into your skin. It becomes next to nothing, but obviously because the pigmentation is darker than my actual skin tone, you can see it on my face. But it is a fantastic powder. So if anybody's looking for a new contour powder or bronzer, I guess, if you're kind of my skin tone or a little bit darker, I think you can definitely get away with this. And then I've got 2 more powders, because obviously one powder is never enough. The first one is the Beauty Bakery Better Not Bitter Flour Setting Powder, and look how it comes, just kills me. It's got the best packaging I've ever seen. It's even got nutrition facts on the side. It says it's 100% vegan, no gluten, no parabens, it's lightweight, it's mattifying, it's got the ingredients, the actual ingredients in here on the side. It's got where it's made from, all that good stuff on the side, and on the back it's got lovely baking tips. And it says our flour can be applied in 2 ways, using a brush or with gentle pressure with a sponge to absorb excess oil. So it's almost saying that it's like a blotting powder. I picked mine up from Cult Beauty in the shade Translucent, and I can say that what I did use from the lid was awesome, and it really does set your face. It's very traceless, it's very mattifying, but it's good for people like me because I've got a really oily chin and I can get really oily around here, and it just does the job perfectly. I actually like it better than the Laura Mercier powder. I said it. Then the last powder I bought was the Too Faced Born This Way ethereal setting powder. Fucking hell, that was a mouthful. Okay. It comes in a beautiful jar like this. It's made of plastic. It looks like it's frosted glass, but it's not. And it's got the traditional Too Faced sort of plastic top. Their old bronzers used to come in this packaging, so they've kind of reinvented it a little bit and created this powder. I only got this yesterday, so I can't tell you how I feel about it, but I'm wearing it today and it does look really nice. It hasn't accentuated any of my pores. It's not making me oily, which is good because I thought it would. It doesn't have, people say it had glitters in it. I have not noticed any glitters. The only thing I don't like is that it comes with the little dippy thing, but no product comes out unless you sort of, I don't know, smack it, so it kind of defeats the purpose of it. I mean, I do love having a little lid, I just don't know how I'm supposed to get product out of it, so I'll have to play around with that to figure it out. But I already like this more than the Born This Way concealer, and I will never buy the foundation because the concealer was so bad, which is probably the wrong attitude, but I don't care. But the powder itself seems to be quite good, so I've got high hopes for this. And the last face product I got was the MAC Extra Dimension Blush in the... Blush? Oh, it's blush. In the shade Fairly Precious. This is one of their like baked gelée formulas, and it looks like this. It's like a orangey sort of... Yeah, it's... what kind of shade is this? It's like a corally orange sort of shade. It's like... And it's got this kind of glitteriness to it. It is really, really beautiful. I'll just do a little swatch here so it looks like this. But I put it on my cheeks today and I do like it, but I will say, and this is just a warning, if anyone's got quite large pores, that will 100% accentuate them because it's got a quite metallic finish, like their highlighters. So because blush is supposed to go in this area, it kind of picks up on any of the pores you have there and really accentuate them. I am fortunate enough not to have too many pores. Well, everyone has pores. I'm lucky enough not to have too many large pores in this area, so it's not so bad on me, but I still noticed it. So I would say use it sparingly as a blush. Maybe if you're looking for a highlighter, go for one of the Extra Dimension skin finishes instead of the blusher. We are getting to the end, yay! So the last few bits I got were lips and brushes and a couple of random bits. So the first two lip products I got were the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk and the Matte Revolution Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Pillow Talk. So I got the pair of them. I got the lipstick first and I'm wearing it today. And I got my husband to buy this for me actually. He was very sweet and he actually did. And when they asked him if he wanted the lip liner, he said, no, I'm not sure. I don't think she needs it. So I had to go buy that myself. So yeah. So this claims to cheat and balance your lip shape and size by drawing along the outer edge of your natural lip. Start from a corner of your top lip, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how it really works. I don't think it's that great, to be honest. Like, I can't really tell that much of a difference with this lip liner. To be fair, I've only worn it today. This is the first time I've worn this lip liner. I've been wearing this lipstick a lot. This is the lipstick and here is the lip liner. I've been wearing the lipstick a lot because I really like the colour. It's like this really muted pink. It's a really nice nude, really like easy to wear, and I think that's why I like it. The next two things I got, and I'm a little bit embarrassed to say I actually completely fell into the hype for this. But I saw 2 or 3 videos on YouTube and then I wanted this. And they are the Ciate Glitter Flips. I got the shade Hollywood and I got the shade Candy. So they come in these cute boxes which are kind of glittery, sort of. But the packaging, oh, this is so nice. They're just like a normal lip gloss lipstick packaging, but it's got like this glittery top, but it's not like a scratchy glitter, it's been like sealed, and it comes with a really nice doe foot applicator. I've tried both of these and I much prefer this because this one has loads more glitter. It's a lot more of a statement, whereas this is a lot more subdued. It's kind of like Pillow Talk, like a cool tone version of Pillow Talk lipstick, but with a bit of glitter in it. It's a lot more wearable though, I will say that. Like, I could wear this, I mean I wouldn't, but I could wear this to Tesco and I don't think people will look at me twice because it's quite a subdued shade and it's got quite subdued glitter when you press your lips together, whereas this one, like, it really goes for it. And if I could recommend one shade from the line, even though I've only used 2, it would be this, because this is very wearable for like occasions like Christmas or New Year or, you know, a wedding. All these both from the Ciate London, did I say they were Ciate? Yeah, Ciate London website, because when I looked they weren't available on ASOS or Feel Unique or all of the usual places where Ciate is sold in the UK. So I just picked it up from their website, also based in the UK, and just got it from them. So it didn't take long to get here. It got here in like 2-3 days, so it wasn't that bad. And the last lip item I bought is the Urban Decay Vice Special Effects in the shade Fever, and it's what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I'm also wearing the Naked Heat palette on my eyes too, but I'm wearing the Vice Special Effects on my eyes. This is a lip product, which is why I included it in the lips section. I actually haven't put it on my lips yet. Maybe I should. Let's try it out. So I just tried it out on my lips. I just ate some. Ugh. It's not good. Yes, but I put it on my eyes because I follow this lady called Cora. Her channel is Vintage or Tacky, and she puts this on her eyes all the time, and she obviously says do it at your own kind of risk, because I don't think this is supposed to be an eye safe product, but this kind of does a very similar thing to the Stila Magnificent Metals, but I think it's slightly cheaper. Like this is like £17 or something. And because you can get it from Debenhams and stuff, you can always get it for around 10% off anyway. But I used it on my eyes and I have no problems with it. Again, use at your own risk on your eyes. It did sting for like a minute after I put it on, which isn't a good sign. But I have worn it on my eyes a couple of times before, so I know it's not going to leave a rash or anything behind. But it does sting in the first couple of seconds that you put it, a couple of minutes that you put it on. And this is actually a special edition or special effect lip, what's it called? Lip top coat. So it's supposed to give your lips like a bit of glitter, a bit of shine. In the case of this particular shade, it's a bit duochrome as well, which is why I put it on my eyelids, because it's peach but it flashes green, which is a really cool effect, and I love that. I bought the, I don't know why I bought this. I bought the Too Faced Mr. Right brush, which is the perfect powder brush apparently. And I bought this when I bought the Too Faced Born This Way setting powder. And I bought this because I saw Casey Holmes use it a lot. I watch her videos religiously and she uses it so much. And it just looks so soft for under the eyes that I just thought, you know what, I need it. So I bought it. And one of the reasons I bought it is because I was so disappointed by another brush I'm going to show you. Look, a little bear on it. It's really, really adorable. It's really, really soft. I cannot tell you how soft it is. It is absolutely worth it in my opinion. If you are looking for a high-end, you know, soft brush, then that one is it. Now the final brush I bought was quite a disappointment. I don't know why I bought it. I feel really stupid having bought this. But it is the Bobbi Brown sheer powder brush. And it looks like this. I'm disappointed in myself because this is really expensive. I really, really wanted to treat myself to a Bobbi Brown brush because ever since I can remember, I have been obsessed with Bobbi Brown brushes, but they are so expensive. I've never, ever bought one. So when I got a little bit of extra money, I thought, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself to a Bobbi Brown brush. Now, I've always wanted a blush brush, and this is a lesson for you all. Stick to what you've always wanted. Don't deviate, because it's not like this was cheaper. They were the same price. But for some reason I thought, ooh, this might work really well for highlighting. So I bought it. And then I got it. And it looks nice. It feels nice. It's alright. The problem I have with this is that, much like the Juvia's Place brush, it's a little bit denser than I would have expected. It's got some give, as you can see. It's a little bit denser than what I wanted. That's my own fault, and in fact none of this is the brush's fault, it's completely me. But I just expected more, and I think it's because it is soft. It's not as soft as Juvia's Place, and it's almost as soft as the Mr. Right brush by Too Faced, but I think that's my problem. There are cheaper, nicer brushes than this, and I just feel really let down that I pulled myself into hype that didn't even exist. But yes, that was my epic, as per usual, haul. These were all kind of like high-end things, or like mid to high-end things. My next one that I'm going to be filming straight after is my drugstore haul, so keep your eye out for that because no doubt that will come out soon after. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. It takes 10 seconds. It really helped me out. It'd be awesome. And yeah, let me know if you like this kind of video. If you don't like talking on YouTube because you're not signed in or whatever, come find me on Instagram. I'll leave all the details in the description bar below, and I'll leave all the details of where I bought everything, and the links and all that in the description bar below, just in case you were interested in picking any of these up. And yeah, until the next one, I'll see you guys later. Bye!